I should have never clicked that link. It was late, past 2 in the morning, and my room was the only place in the apartment still awake. The glow of my computer screen painted everything in pale blue, while the rest of the room drowned in shadows. I had been browsing places I shouldn't, drifting deeper into corners of the internet where silence feels heavier, where every click makes you wonder if someone is watching on the other side. That night, I found a thread about a video. No description, no warnings, just a comment that said, "Once you see it, it sees you." I don't know if it was curiosity, boredom, or something darker inside me, but I clicked. The video started with static, thick and suffocating like the sound of a broken television. For a moment, I thought it was just noise, just some digital artifact meant to scare people. But then, behind the static, I caught movement. A figure, pale, gaunt, hunched over, as if the weight of its body was too much to carry. The image flickered, its outlines stretching and distorting, like the screen itself was struggling to contain it. I felt a chill slide down my spine. I should have closed the window right there, but I didn't. I leaned in closer. The figure raised its head. Its eyes, or what looked like eyes, glowed faintly white, burning through the distortion. It didn't blink. It didn't move. It just looked. At first, I thought it was staring into the camera, but the longer I watched, the more I felt it was staring at me. Through the glass of my screen, through the walls of my apartment, directly into me. The static grew louder, pressing against my ears until it drowned out every other sound. I could no longer hear the hum of my fridge, the distant cars outside, not even my own breathing. Just static, wrapping itself around my head like invisible hands. Then the video cut to black. For a few seconds, I sat there frozen, my reflection staring back at me on the darkened monitor. I should have felt relief, but instead, the silence felt wrong. Too heavy, too expectant. I told myself it was nothing, just another creepy video, a trick designed to scare idiots like me. But as I sat there, I realized something. The room no longer felt empty. It was as if someone else had entered quietly, without sound, without movement, just their presence filling the space. The shadows behind me seemed thicker, darker than they had been before. And then, in the faint reflection of my monitor, I thought I saw it. The same pale figure, standing just over my shoulder. I spun around, heart pounding so hard I could feel it in my throat. Nothing. Just my chair, my desk, the dark corners of my room. But I swear, I could still feel its eyes on me. I didn't sleep that night. Every time I closed my eyes, I imagined those pale, glowing orbs burning into me. I tried to convince myself it was just exhaustion, that my brain was playing tricks after staring too long at the screen. But when dawn finally broke, the light didn't bring comfort. It only made my apartment feel emptier, like something had been drained out of it during the night. All day, I felt watched. At first, it was subtle, just the sensation of eyes brushing across me whenever I turned away from the window or stepped into the bathroom. But by evening, the weight of that gaze was constant, oppressive. I unplugged my computer. I thought that would help, but the moment the screen went black, I caught movement again. Not in the reflection this time, outside in the hallway mirror, a flicker of something thin, tall, and waiting. I left the apartment for a while, hoping that being surrounded by people would shake off the feeling. I went to a diner I'd never been to before, sat at the counter, ordered coffee. The waitress smiled at me, asked if I was okay. I wanted to tell her everything, but the words stuck in my throat. What was I supposed to say? I watched a cursed video on the dark web, and now something is following me. She would have laughed, or worse, believed me. But even there, surrounded by voices, the feeling didn't leave. I could see it in the edge of my vision, a figure standing just outside the diner's glass door, motionless in the rain. No one else seemed to notice. When I blinked, it was gone. I didn't go home right away. I wandered the streets until exhaustion forced me back. My apartment felt colder than before. The air was heavy, metallic, like the taste of blood on your tongue. That night, when I finally gave in and lay down, I dreamed. I was sitting in front of my computer again, the static hissing louder than ever. The pale figure leaned closer and closer until its face filled the screen. Its mouth split into a jagged grin, impossibly wide. Then I heard it, not through my speakers, but inside my skull. A voice like broken glass grinding against itself. "You saw me. Now I see you." I woke drenched in sweat, but the voice didn't leave. I could still hear the echo in my head, faint but constant, as if it had burrowed itself behind my thoughts. From that moment on, things changed. Objects in my apartment began to move. At first, small things. My keys weren't where I'd left them. A chair was angled slightly differently. But one morning, I found the bathroom mirror covered in condensation, even though I hadn't used the shower. 4 words had been traced into the fog. "You shouldn't have watched." My knees nearly gave out when I saw it. I stopped eating. I stopped sleeping. I left all the lights on, even though it didn't help. Shadows seemed to stretch unnaturally, spilling into places they shouldn't reach. Sometimes I caught a glimpse of him crouched in the corner, head tilted, smiling, always smiling. I thought about smashing my computer, but it didn't matter anymore. Whether the screen was on or off, I could feel him, watching, waiting. And the worst part? I think he's getting closer. I don't remember the exact night when he finally crossed over. Maybe it was the 3rd day without sleep, maybe the 4th. By then, time had lost its shape. My apartment smelled of stale coffee, damp clothes, and fear. I kept hearing faint scratches on the walls, like fingernails dragging just beneath the paint. I told myself it was rats, pipes, anything but him. But deep down, I knew. It always began with the static. Sometimes faint, like a whisper inside the electricity. Sometimes so loud I swore my ears would bleed. And then, the lights would flicker. That was his warning. I tried to record it once. I set my phone on the table, hit record, and waited. Hours passed. Nothing happened, until I played the file back. The recording was blank at first, then warped. The screen twisted into black shapes, and over it that voice. "You can't show them. They won't believe you." My hand shook so badly I dropped the phone. The screen shattered, but even with the power off, I saw him reflected in the cracks. Bent, grinning, eyes glowing like burning coal. That night, I pushed a dresser against my bedroom door. I don't know why. I think I still believed wood and metal could keep him out. I left the lights on, stared at the ceiling, and prayed for sleep. At some point, I heard the static again, not from the computer this time, from inside the room. I sat up. My lamp flickered, dimmed, and died. The room collapsed into darkness. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't think. And then I saw them, 2 pale eyes opening slowly in the corner of the room. He didn't lunge. He didn't need to. He stepped forward 1 foot at a time, the grin widening as the darkness seemed to peel away with him. My body froze, my throat locked. Every instinct screamed at me to run, but I couldn't move. I was trapped inside my own skin. When he reached the side of my bed, he leaned down. His breath was ice against my ear. "I told you," he whispered. "Once you see me, I see you." The world tilted, my vision blurred. For a moment, I thought I had blacked out, but no, I was still awake, still aware. Only now, I wasn't in control. My hands moved on their own. My body stood, walked to the desk, powered on the computer. The video folder was already open. The cursed file was waiting. My finger hovered over the mouse, shaking, but I couldn't stop it. The click echoed louder than thunder. The screen filled with static, and then a reflection. Not mine, his. And somewhere deep inside, I realized the truth. He wasn't haunting me. He was becoming me. I don't know how long I've been sitting here, staring at this screen. The static hasn't stopped. I don't think it ever will. And if you're hearing this, if you've stayed with me this far, then maybe he's watching you now too. Because once you've seen him, there's no turning back. And tonight, when your screen goes black, look closely. You won't be alone.
Subscribe to Horror Story Bar.